I'm Trinity from trinityskitchen.com, and in this video we're going to make a seed loaf. The thing about this seed loaf is that every single ingredient has incredible health affirming benefits. So the first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to chop the carrots. We're going to use about 400 grams, which is about 3 large carrots. And we're going to cook the carrots to make them nice and soft and mashable, and that's going to act as this incredibly nutritious binder. And then in the meantime, we're going to turn our seeds into a meal, like a flour. So I use a high-powered nut seed mill to grind mine down. If you don't have that, you can use a high-powered blender or a food processor. Just keep processing them until you get a nice seed meal or like a kind of floury consistency. It's totally fine if you do have some chunks in there still, as long as about 50% of the seeds have been turned to a meal. And then we're going to take the rosemary and we're going to finely chop the rosemary. Now the rosemary works at a real treat in this recipe. It infuses it with an incredible flavor. I do tend to use fresh rosemary for everything. In fact, I've never used dried rosemary before. A lot of my friends who don't have a massive garden with lots of rosemary plants in it actually use dried rosemary, and it works well as a substitute. So now I have a bowl with freshly chopped rosemary, ground pumpkin seed, ground sunflower seed, and I've just added a teaspoon of dried parsley. And I'm also going to add a teaspoon of salt. I like to use Celtic sea salt. A lot of people I know like to use Himalayan salt. And then I'm going to crush and smash 2 cloves of garlic. And then just really finely chop it. Taking care to watch your fingers in the process. Or if you have a garlic crusher, use a garlic crusher just to unleash even more of that flavor. Pop it in with the rest of the ingredients. And meanwhile, my carrots have been cooking. They're about ready now, so I'm going to drain them and mash them. And by the way, if you haven't turned your oven on yet, now would be a really good time to do it. This is a nice workout. Keep you fit and healthy. One of the benefits of making your own conscious cuisine, it keeps you moving and shaking, and don't forget to have some fun in the kitchen while you're at it. So that's just about ready now. Then I'm going to mix that in with the rest of the ingredients. Then I'm going to mix that all in thoroughly together. And I like to use the back of my spoon, the downward pressing motion, just to make sure everything blends and combines like a divine medley of flavors together. But you want to make sure that's really thoroughly blended and compressed together, because we're going to make a loaf here and we want it to stick together. Okay, so the next part is we're going to get a loaf tin. I have a nice glass. I really like using glass in the oven. It feels clean. It feels like quite a conscious thing to use. And I also have these pre-made parchment paper loaf tin liners. Now, if you don't have that, I actually do a lot of baking, so it's really a handy little neat thing that I've found, and I really enjoy using them. If you don't have that, just use regular parchment paper, but you're going to need to line the tin, otherwise it's just going to stick and it's going to be really difficult to get out when it's done. So you're going to put all the mixture in together, your nicely combined mixture. Oh wow, this feels really great already before it's even baked. And you know, the thing about this is I can feel that every single ingredient in here is full of goodness. The next important thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure we press it down firmly. You need to press it down as firmly as you actually can because we want it to hold together like a loaf. And if you press that down firmly, when you take it out and it holds together perfectly, you're going to be really glad you did. So that looks exactly like it's supposed to. We're going to pop that in the oven. It should be gas mark 6, about 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to let that bake for about 45 minutes. Okay, so 45 minutes is up. We're going to check to see if it's ready. It's perfect. Now the moment of truth. I'm going to flip it over. And with a bit of luck, it should be a perfectly sliceable loaf. Wow, look at that. So I'm going to slice this up and then I'm going to serve it with roast veggies and a nice delicious gravy. Perfect. And not forgetting, this recipe originally appeared in my recipe book, Trinity's Conscious Kitchen. This book is full of original, unique recipes made with love over years and years of the catering that I've done for retreats and workshops. And there's lots of recipes in here that you won't find anywhere else. Thank you for tuning in, and I do hope that you enjoy this as much as we do here. If you resonate, subscribe to my YouTube channel, come join me on Facebook, and do visit my website, www.trinityskitchen.com. Okay, bye for now.